Yo, you're listening to Late Night Hype on 4ZZZ. I'm in the stew right now with my man, who's Scott Bars.
Scotty Bars in the building. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, yeah, it's cool. We're here, and we're gonna be playing some of his, one of his debut song, his single, Who's Scott Bars, which we'll get into later. Guys, this guy is amazing. I met him at the Substation gig with Caleb, who runs Casualties, the radio and the record company.
Shout out Artie and the Rantans.
Shout out Artie and the Rantans. And yeah, like, you just released you're going to, right?
Yeah, well, this Friday, I don't know when this is airing, but...
So it just released then? Because this airs 9 p.m. on Friday nights?
Yeah, awesome. So my debut single, Who's Scott Bars, is out today on all platforms. And how I would describe it would be boom bap psych rock, essentially.
Yeah.
Straight 90 BPM, just beats with like delayed guitars and like trippy instrumentals over the top of it.
And so the song Who's Scott Bars, you produced and wrote it yourself?
That's correct. I use a combination of live instruments like guitars and also loops just from Splice. And I produced the whole thing. It's mixed by Donnie the Dealer and mastered by Uncle Rudy at Twin Phonic Records in East Brisbane.
Shout out to them, folks.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that's sick. It's really, I'd say this as well. I think you're the first artist that has come into the show that is boom bap focused, which is the best part because it's so hard to find it nowadays. I think we were having a chat about this earlier. But yeah, it's so hard to find boom bap artists that are local to Brisbane as well. Yeah.
For sure, man. I started writing Who's Scott Bars in 2018 and stopped working on it for like a couple years, but it was the very first song that I ever produced and wrote myself in the hip hop genre. And I listened to like an extremely varied styles of music. So I wanted to make music, but I wasn't really sure which direction to take it. So I thought, you know, hip hop, it's really busting right now, but the thing about hip hop is you're not really limited to like a style. You can pretty much blend any style of music that you want into it. So I decided to use hip hop as a base and then just bring in other elements around it.
It's like the platform. It's like a car. You buy a car, but you can add modifications to it.
Yeah, literally.
Far out. That's actually a cool way to look at it.
My tracks are the Need for Speed Underground 2 of music.
Okay, yeah. No, that's sick. So, did you sample it, or how did it go? You said you used psych rock and Splice samples?
Yeah, so originally, I was sampling tracks that I really liked, some from Cherry Bomb, Tyler the Creator. Yeah. I sampled a drum beat from a Mac DeMarco demo, Rick's New Haircut too, and that's where I got the...
Yeah.
That's where I got the drum beat from, and I grabbed all these samples from all these artists and built the song around that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to clear these samples. So I just ripped them out and made my own, either from Splice or just like stock Logic instruments.
True.
And adding effects, you know.
So you had an idea and then you were like, oh, I'm going to get like demonetized for this shit. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to remake it. Yeah,
a lot of my songs are like that. I'll just hear a song that I fuck with super hard and I'll pretty much just steal it and then take the sample out and put something else in. But then like, you know, after like 6 months of adding and changing shit, it's just a completely new song.
True.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, guys, if you guys are looking to be an artist or producer, that could be one way you can look at doing. Everyone's got their own way, but this is Scott Bars. TM.
This is Scott Bars. No joke. When I made this first song, when I first started producing, I had no clue what I was doing. I was using Audacity.
Shit.
I would download tracks off YouTube that I liked, and I would put them in Audacity and like cut them up and move them around and shit.
Fuck.
And that's how it started. I've moved on from that now, and I'm like learning how to do it legit.
Everyone either starts on GarageBand and stuff, but you started hardcore Audacity.
Yeah, bro.
That's the way to go, man. Yeah.
There ain't no hand holding in Audacity.
Alright, cool. And yeah, let me just hit it off with a quick question. So I think you were saying this earlier. You started like making, like coming into the rap scene in 2018, was it?
Well, I started writing these tracks in 2018. I've literally only just essentially become like a performer in the scene in the last few months. I've been in like active in the music scene in Brisbane for the past 10 years or so.
So because you're in Southeast Sounds, right?
Southeast Sounds, the local network where we do free promo for live bands and videos.
Yeah. If you guys don't know about them, please hit them up. They're awesome. They're a group of good folks. And yeah, I mean, now you're kind of like branching off and you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, Southeast Sounds is still going. We're on a little bit of a hiatus at the moment because I do almost everything myself. So obviously starting my music career, there's a lot of work to be done. So we have a show called Covers in Chrome, of which I'm wearing the shirt now.
Covers in Chrome.
Where we get bands in the studio and they do covers and originals and we sit down and do interviews. So the whole season 1 is out now on YouTube, but season 2 will be coming back next year. Like I said, we're just on a break right now to get the scottbars ball rolling.
Yeah. Well, look, that's good to hear. And you're planning on, well, you said you're becoming a performer and you're going to be playing a show. We'll talk about a bit more about that later.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And well, you do your own stuff, and are you planning on like, I don't know, making a lot more music, or is this just something little fun you're trying to do on the side?
Oh, dude, like making it in the music industry is so hard, but like I think that's what's so rewarding about it. And my dream is to work professionally in the music industry, either as a performer or I should probably state that I'm a rapper, producer, multi-instrumentalist, videographer, photographer, and a music journalist.
So you've got your finger in all pies.
I got my finger in all pies. I'm moderately good at everything. But yeah, I just want to work in creative industries. I have a day job right now that I don't mind doing, but you know, it's not where I want to be. I figure
hey, look, it's perfectly normal. I think anyone trying to break into the music industry still has to work, you know, minimum wage paying jobs, which is shit or whatever. No, just to survive, and then on the side you're hustling hard trying to get that music grinded. That's
it, man. That's it. The whole reason that I started Southeast Sounds was, you know, in an age where we can produce and distribute our own music for free, the most valuable commodity in the industry is exposure and connections. So I'm essentially reverse engineering the music industry, where most artists would create their product and go out and do shows and make connections that way. I'm making the connections first, and then once I have an audience, I can put something out, and like, even if it's not that good, like a lot of people will hear it, and that's half the battle.
Yeah, that's a good way. I think I understand what you're saying. So you're trying to get the promotion so that even if your music at the time is not the best craft you've made, it's still going to get pretty big because of all the promotion you've done and like, the connections you've made. Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't even have to be like quote unquote good at music to be successful. You just need to be heard. Like that's half the battle.
Yeah,
so
literally.
If you can get in people's ears, or even if you can get people just talking about you, then you've already won.
Yeah, pretty much once you get someone to press play on the Spotify track, you're done. You've just made 0.0001 cents.
That's it. I'll be quitting my day job in about 200 years.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it is what it is. You know, if you guys don't know, artists don't get paid that much just by streams. It's all about shows, you know, promo
and merch.
And merch, yeah.
Yeah, Spotify is essentially the digital equivalent of we'll pay you an exposure.
Yeah, it is pretty much like that. But yeah, all right. Well, you know, let me just think what else there is to ask. There's always one question I ask, and it is, what is the craziest thing you have done in the past year? I mean, just in general, like...
In the past year?
Yeah, like what, jumping off, like doing bungee jumping or something. What the fuck?
That's a good question. Shit you've done? I mean, I've jumped on stage with bands that I've met just randomly. Like, I was at the Bright Side a few weeks ago with Monsters up north, And they were just like, dude, just come on stage and rage with us. And I was like, oh, dude, that's hectic, guys.
Yeah.
Just because like I filmed a few music videos with them and we had them on the show, and
True.
I just love supporting them. And they were like, dude, come on stage with us. It was 8 p.m. at Brightside, and they were the first band on the night, and we almost got kicked out because the Brightside was like, you have to stop letting people on. We had like 10 people on the stage. There was almost more people on the stage than there was in the crowd.
That's fucking mad.
It was crazy, bro.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Craziest thing you've done in the past year. Get on stage.
Well, hopefully it'll get much crazier next month at our Back Dog Arts show.
Yeah. We'll talk about that after this, which is your little cypher section. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Yo, you're listening to Late Night Hype on 4ZZZ. I'm in the stew right now with my man, who's Scott Bars.
Scotty Bars in the building. What's going on, everybody?
So this is
pay
slips that you haven't released.
Not released. Won't be for a long time, so you're hearing it exclusive.
So this is exclusive on Late Night Hype, 4ZZZ. I'm your host, Darius. This is Scott Bars. This is pay slips.
Scotty Bars. I ain't the same fucker that I once was. Everybody changed, we stopped selling drugs. We got them day jobs with pay slips and benefits. Paycheck gonna pave the way for me to light a billion spliffs. And honestly, I ain't been the same since the death of Mac Miller. I used to feel the void like crack filler. My beats are that killer, mad skillers. You know the motherfucking dealer. The beat go hard like Jay motherfucking Dealer. The sound bring you more for more like crack dealers, Scott Billers. Yo, feature, what? I said listen to the speaker. We run the whole town like we stole your fucking sneakers. You fucking tweakers. I'm a light 6, like Anthony Fantano. You with vanities, profanities, my thesis panoramic, G. And your girlfriend a fan of me. I only rap with substance here to fill you up a can of beans. Yo, pull up to my house in a cop car. Pull up to your house, yeah, it's not hard. Pull up to my show, yeah, it's not hard. Now you're about to find out why they call me Scott Bars, bitch. December 3rd, Back Dog Arts. Come see Scotty Bars, we out here. We're giving away $100 to anyone who buys a ticket. Check it out. 4ZZZ.
Hey. That's exactly what we're talking about. On Late Night Hype.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, so you got your performance what date was it again?
December 3rd at Back Dog Arts. We got a show called Southeast Heat, which is essentially, you know how before we came in here I was telling you about all those boom bap people that you were searching for.
Mm-hmm.
So on the lineup we got myself, debut performance by Scotty Bars. We got Lyrico, East Coast Alien, Sea King, Lex and Tails, and the man himself, Jazz Music, who's organizing the whole thing. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Jazz because he's one of the hardest workers in the game, and this is his first time putting on a show. So if you love underground hip hop as much as we do and you want to support the community, it's only $20. Definitely come and pull through and get there early because Scotty Bars is on first.
Opening on the night. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and guys, look, shameless plug. You shouldn't be listening to this if you don't fucking like old school music.
Why are you even here?
No, I'm joking. but and then again, you guys want to see some live old school music. If you love this show, you gotta love Scott Bars. I would say get on there.
It's old school blended with new school, essentially.
Yeah. That's sick. And yeah, I'm still in the studio with Scott Bars at the moment.
Yo.
And we were just talking about the Astrowell incident.
Yeah,
so
the Travis Scott casualty, or I don't know what you want to call it, but eight people as of now have died and tens of people hospitalized.
I think it just got raised to 11 this morning.
Oh, really?
Well. Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, it's a bit fucked up. And I think you were explaining to me about what crowd crushers.
Crowd crushers. So crowd crushers are a well-documented phenomenon, and they essentially will only ever happen when you exceed a certain number of people within like a square meter, essentially. When you cram far too many people into a small space, they act less as individuals and they act more like a liquid. You know, one pushes on one, it causes a wave, and then the wave comes back and forth and gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Once one person collapses, everyone collapses on top of each other. And these happen all the time. One actually happened in a festival in Australia a few years ago.
Far out.
I forget which one it was. I think it might have been Falls in Victoria. But going back to the Astroworld casualties, I just wanted to point out that no one here deserved to die or to get injured. Obviously, that's terrible and it's not a good thing. But I want to point out that pretty much all parties involved in this scenario are somewhat at fault. You know, there's so many videos of literally hundreds of teenagers just fence jumping and breaking their way in. Travis Scott putting a story before the show telling people to break in. Travis Scott is seen in videos noticing the ambulance and asking what's going on. And then continuing to play the show despite the crowd screaming for help. And obviously the organizers are somewhat at fault because they were treating people for half an hour. The show still continued.
Like, look, this is late night hype. We don't get political. We're just all about music. But at the end of the day, people died. There's no question about that, and that's been proven, you know. So I don't know how Travis Scott as an artist or as an individual is going to come back from that, because he's going to feel so much guilt trip from that shit. And I don't know. I think we might be seeing the end of Travis Scott's era, which would be really, really weird.
Yes, well, we certainly hope that he's held accounted for, and he does have a lot of self-reflection to do. It has come out since the incident. Many people have come out of similar situations at Travis Scott shows or just poor behavior from the artist himself. One notably, his old manager from 2013 had a seizure in the studio at some point, and Travis Scott allegedly left him for dead. And his ex-manager now, obviously.
That is really fucked.
He did speak up about it at the time. It obviously didn't really get out there, but Travis Scott, you need to sort it out if you ever want to.
If you ever listening to this, which I'm guessing is not, look, nothing we say can ever maybe change what you do in the future, but maybe it can change your mind at least. But if not, here's a little bit of, rap sort of history. Not history. Is it? Well, this is going to go down as history.
This is history, man.
100%.
Literally.
Yeah. This is one of the worst shows that happened recently where fucking people have died. I think that's definitely going to be going in the books. And fuck. I honestly hope that Travis Scott doesn't fall out, even if he is a bad person. He does make some pretty good songs, but nonetheless, it's debatable at the end of the day. But he has his numbers for a good reason, and we might just be seeing the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, you as a musician, your fans are your bread and butter. You need to respect them, and people have died. Like we should be learning from this. So very sad times.
Yeah. Well, to end it on a good note, I think this might be us for today, and we're gonna end it off with a couple more songs. And I hope you guys had a good time listening to this show. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a short notice as well.
It was.
Yeah.
You hit me up about 3 hours before this.
Yeah. It seems to be a trend that happens with me. I always hit up artists way before, 3 hours before the show. Come in, get it done.
No, that's great. That's how I like to work.
But anyways, we'll get into this one. This is Headshot by Lil TJ, explicit warning, featuring Polo G and 504, and I'll talk to you guys later. And have a good night.
Have a good weekend.